So if you guys plan on seeing a movie over the Christmas holiday, there's a new film getting a lot of buzz.
Yep, just last week, Selma nominated for 4 Golden Globes, including the first ever nomination for a female African-American director, Ava DuVernay.
That's right. Well, recently I caught up with one of the producers and stars of the film, Oprah Winfrey, to talk about why she took the role.
It is unacceptable that they use their power to keep us voiceless.
I agreed to do and be a part of this film because I believed in the work. And this is the history of our country, not just of one person. And there's a reason why the movie is called Selma and not called King, because it's about that period in our history when there were no voting rights for people of color in this country.
We must march.
The film chronicles the various attempts and struggles of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his marchers to walk peacefully from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, leading to the passage of the historic 1965 Voting Rights Act.
I ain't stirring no fuss. I'm just here trying to register to vote.
Oprah plays real-life activist Annie Lee Cooper, a role she initially turned down.
But I said, I just can't play another woman who hits somebody. Must I hit somebody in every film I do? If you Google Annie Lee Cooper, you'll see that photograph of her lying on the ground with the sheriff's deputies straddled her because she hit the sheriff. Something about the ritual of this black woman who had been a domestic worker, and her name isn't in a lot of history books. The courage and determination that would take for somebody, I wanted to pay homage to that on screen. So that's why I said yes to that.
It comes out now, some would say more than just coincidentally, at a time,
Nothing's
Ferguson,
coincidental.
a time of Eric Garner.
I don't think that that's coincidence. Films with historical bent have, I think, an obligation to allow people to see the essence of the truth. But also, what I think this film does, it allows people to see that there was a strategy, there was a clear intention, and there was leadership. And that people weren't just out there willy-nilly on those freedom rides. They weren't just out there marching in the streets, throwing things and venting their anger. That there was controlled, rigorous discipline.
And do you think that there could be a lesson learned about that? People see this film as far as what we're seeing today?
Yeah, and I think, you know what, I think it's wonderful what we're seeing in terms of peaceful demonstrations. I think what those peaceful demonstrations need is leadership and intention. Like, we're demonstrating to get what? These are our demands for what? And I haven't seen now a clear leader emerging, but just like in Selma, once it was just about voting rights, it was a black problem. And then after Bloody Sunday, it became America's problem. The same thing happened in our country with Eric Garner. When everyone saw on film what happened to Mr. Garner, there were people of all races who said, this is wrong, we have to do something about this. So I think having the intention, this is wrong, we have to do something about it. Now, what is it we want to do? What is it we want to do?
Wow, that's so powerful.
When you realize it's just 50 years and we're coming up on the 50th
Right.
anniversary, it's not that long ago, it shows we still have a ways to go.
Yeah, we've come far, but we have a long way to go, for sure.
Selma opens up on Christmas Day.